Crusader Kings III. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Paradox Development Studio brings you the sequel to one of the most popular strategy games ever made. Crusader Kings III is the heir to a long legacy of historical grand strategy experiences and arrives with a host of new ways to ensure the success of your royal house. First off, guys, I want to thank Paradox for giving me a key to this game. It came at a perfect time because there's been so many games that I've had to play over the last few days, but I had a bit of a head start with this one, so that was great. Before we get into the game, let's have a quick look at the graphical options. You get a few, and considering this game is mainly maps and menus, it still has a decent, healthy supply of graphical options, and it did run well on my system, except for the long 4-minute loading times every time I want to start a game because of the initialization. That's like long. Now the game itself, you can play in any of the zones you can see above, 1066 being the main one. Sorry, did I say zones? I meant like time frames in history. And there are a shit ton of options. Let's have a quick look at the options, guys. My oath, the amount of options that you can change in this game to get it suited the way you want, with religion, with sexual orientation, with equality, whatever you want, guys. You can just alter in this game, change it to your own liking, and just play the historical version that you want. Now, historical purists might not like that. I'm pretty much one of them. I think it should be just left the way it is. But hey, look, I can, for me, leave it the way it is. But if other people want to change that, well, that's up to them, innit? Who am I to who am I? So when you start a new game, you can choose. You choose whoever you want to play. Now it gives you all the main rulers of that time, the main kingdoms, and you can click on any of them and you can instantly be that King of England or the King of France or whoever it was. Anything you like. You can be that person, or you can just be a nobody. You can just be a little tiny nobody who owns a little bit of land, a few sheep, a goat, and a cow called Bob. I personally did the tutorial first because I've never played a Crusader Kings game before. And my goodness, guys, I was not prepared for what I was about to have unleashed on me. I mean, the map, just look at the map. It looks fantastic. It looks fantastic. And you can drill the map down into the different layers where it gives you different information. It's just incredible. But like I said, I played the tutorial, which is Ireland or Munster, as it was. And the tutorial was actually good. It showed me the ropes, it held me hand all the way, and if that's not enough, it has a big encyclopedia built in and loads of tooltips. And if you keep the tooltip on the screen for a few seconds, you can move your mouse into that and highlight tooltips in the tooltips, guys. So the tooltips have tooltips. So there's all the information you need to be able to play this game, and I needed it because I'm thick as f***. So like I say, I played as the guy in Ireland, the guy of Munster, whoever he is. I'm sure he's not called the guy of Munster. And I had a great time. I had a great time just going through it very, very slowly. I was on very slow game speed. You can change the game speed to a few different settings. I was on very slow. You can pause at any time to give orders and make decisions and things like that, which is absolutely essential in this game. But guys, instead of talking about every feature that this game has, let me just talk a little bit about my experiences in the game. I don't know what was in Crusader Kings 2, so I can't say, oh, this is in 3 and this is better than it was in 2, because like I say, I've never played it. So the best I can do is just tell you what my experience was like playing this over the past few days. So I did the tutorial. I then tried to play as the King of Scotland, and I got absolutely owned off the Norway people. The Norway people. Mac, fucking Vikings, you prick. The Norway people. The Norway people are coming. Run for your lives. The Norway. I'm not cutting that out. I'm leaving that in. And guys, a disturbing thing happened when I was the King of Scotland. I had Chucky. I don't know if I've got the footage. I lost a lot of my footage because I recorded it over a week ago and accidentally deleted it. But I had a baby that looked just like Chucky, guys, which was quite funny. But after Scotland, I then had a bash at the Earl of Northumbria, which is where I'm kind of from. So I had a go at that, and that was a complete disaster as well. We got attacked off the Vikings. William the Conqueror came over, and then the Scots had a punt as well, and so we were getting ransacked from 3 different directions. So I haven't had a very successful time, but I'm learning the ropes, guys. I'm learning something. I'm learning loads every playthrough that I do. And if you get dethroned, that's not the end of the game as such. You can just keep playing on as someone else's vassal. You know, it's not like when you die, it's game over. As long as you've got an heir, you just keep playing as your heir. And that's the thing about this game. It's not like a military conquest, although it is, but you can win without doing military conquest. You can breed victory in this game. It's more about the people. It's about the relationships. It's about the skullduggery, the backstabbing, the alliances that you make, how good you are as a leader, how you treat people, everything. And this is the thing that blew me away. Everything that you do in this game has a consequence, as I found out to my detriment a few times. You can't just do decisions willy-nilly and expect them not to come and bite you in the arse. For example, when I was the King of Scotland, this guy kept trying his luck at dethroning me, and I thought, what the f*** are you doing, mate? I haven't done out to you, man. You know, go and play golf or something. What the f***? And he wouldn't. He wanted to dethrone me. So I went into my council and I spoke to my little backstabbing, sneaky bastard. Your council are these people that you have. I think there's 6 of them that are your closest advisors. Your wife or husband will be there. You'll have the bishop there because religion is massive in this game. I'll come to that in a sec. You have your steward there who is responsible for the money. You have your army guy there as well, but you have this other guy, I'm forgetting the name of him, but basically what he does, he looks for secrets, he looks for plots against you, and you use him to plot against other people, and you got to keep all these people happy as well. And that's a whole new area of the game. Every area of the game is massive, guys. But anyway, this guy, I had him killed, basically. I sent down my sneaky spy, and he found some people that didn't like him, and they got close to him with a poisonous spider, slipped it in his bed, and that was the end of that. And I was feeling really good, guys. I'd killed a very important guy, and I was living happily in Scotland, and no one was bothering me. And time went on, and I got older, and I thought everything was hunky-dory dandy. Until one day, guys, years later, one of my knights turned round to me and says, "I know you killed him." And I'm like, how the hell do you know that? The secrecy of that was 95%, but somehow, guys, they found out. And he demanded money. He blackmailed me. I'd been good to him. I'd been good to his fucking family. I sent them Christmas presents. He blackmailed me, guys. So I had him thrown out of my service, and I went around trying to murder his entire family. I was triggered. I was so triggered that I spent 2 years trying to murder everybody he even knew. And while that was happening, I was getting ravaged by the Vikings. And even the hill people came and had a go at us. And then the English had a go at us, and I lost Scotland all over being triggered of some... This is the problem. Everything is so deep, guys. You find somebody doing something wrong, and you can just, instead of imprisoning them, you can just say, all right, I know you did that, and I'm not going to tell anybody, but you owe me a favour. It's called a hook. You get a hook on people, and you can cash that in whenever you want to get them to do something that they don't really want to do. And speaking of doing things you don't want to do, guys, there's a stress system that is fantastic in this. Whatever traits you have, if you go against them, you will get stress. And you don't want to be getting too much stress, guys. It has dire consequences in this game. Also, as well, can I just say, you can become a complete bastard, and I always end up being a complete bastard, even though I try not to be. I always, because the game allows you to be a bastard. I mean, the amount of people I've burnt that weren't witches, but people just accuse, oh, she's a witch, I burn her. It's just, you just love the power. I would have made a horrible tyrannical ruler back in 1066, but you get dread, guys. You start accumulating dread, and you just be a bastard, and everybody is too scared of you to revolt against you, whether they hate you or not. They're just too scared of you. You even have your kids being brought up by bastards. I was having my sons reared by torturers, and you know what? You can actually breed horrible things or nice things into them by finding a wife that has the same kind of traits as you, and your children have a chance to make that trait even bigger. And if you marry your children off to other people that have the same kind of traits, again, it'll just get amplified again, and you can make some really weird babies in this. And that's not even a third of the game. There's so much more to talk about, guys. I could talk all night about this. So what I will say is this: look, it's a fantastic grand strategy game, and even if you've never played the others like I have, you will be able to play this. But look, it's a huge game. It's a massively slow burner. This is going to take years, not hours. This is going to take months and months of your time. And you'll have to restart lots of times because you'll screw it up. You'll find areas that are so huge that you didn't even know about that you have to learn. But guys, there'll be videos all over YouTube within a week probably shown you great tutorials, great tips and tricks. But so far, guys, I'm really enjoying it. It's just a really good, deep game. One thing I haven't talked about, guys, and I said I would, was the religion in this. You can create your own religion, which looks hilarious. I haven't done that yet, but it does look great. What you can create, some really wacky religions you can create. But because of where I was born in 1066, I was a Catholic, so I was under the Pope from Rome. And the Pope can give you money to help you as well, but you also get other influences, and you can get your bishop to do things for you, which is really, that sounds so bad. But you can get your bishop to do things as well. That sounds bad. Every time you say that, Mac, just... Religion helps, guys, but what you're having to do is ever cross them. Don't cross them or they will destroy you. It's very, very powerful in this game, guys. So there you go. That's Crusader Kings 3. I'm sorry there wasn't much here for people from Crusader Kings 2, but this was mainly aimed at new players. It is definitely playable, definitely accessible, but it is a big, big game. Don't underestimate that. It will take a lot of time to get to learn it, but it is doable, and it is definitely worth a buy.